Well, it is that time of year again, time for my annual luxury handbag collection video. To be more specific, these are the luxury brands. Something I say on my channel is I do have other brands, contemporary brands, no-name brands, and they can be just as luxurious and high quality as these guys. Truly, having had both, there are bags from other companies that are just as nice as these. If you like luxury bags and you don't have any yet, or your collection is not as big as you want it to be, you shouldn't feel bad about it. A lot of people don't. It's taken me years to collect all these bags, and I get them generally at big discounts because most of them are pre-loved. All that said, just kind of letting you know this isn't another one of those kind of videos where I'm showing all these very expensive bags and trying to give the impression that I'm very wealthy. I am absolutely not. If I can amass this collection, a lot of other people can too. Let's get started. Hi YouTube, I'm Autumn Beckman. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and small goods to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe. Click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. And one of the perks of subscribing to my channel is you get to see my community posts on your YouTube homepage where I post deals, discount codes, sales, and rare finds related to these beautiful things we love. And that's one of the ways that I acquired these bags, is through finding deals and discount codes and sales. And some of these are rare pieces and just waiting for them. And just because something's rare doesn't mean I buy it. If it pops up, it has to be the right price and the right condition for me. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of time, but not as much money as you might think. Here's how we're gonna do this. Most of my collection is Louis Vuitton, so I'm gonna do that last. I'll show you the other brands that I have first. And these are all luxury brands: Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Prada, Givenchy, Gucci. These are only handbags. I will not be showing any of my small goods, scarves, charms, small leather goods like card holders, wallets, things like that. Just bags. All right, let's get started. First item, my Givenchy Pandora wristlet. This is in a bronze color, metallic leather. There we go. It's a box, and it has this handle that also doubles as a zipper that opens up to the main compartment. The zipper opening is not very big. It's difficult to get things in and out, which is why I hardly ever use this bag. There's one more zipper that has just a little pocket right up front that doesn't even go all the way to the bottom. I did get an incredible deal on this. I think retail on these bags was about $500. You can find them maybe $400, sometimes $300, depending on the color and condition. But I got this for, if I remember correctly, $260 at one of the pre-loved online retailers that I frequent. So I will have that linked below for you in case you would like to go look for something for yourself. That is the only Givenchy piece I have. There's one other brand where I only have one piece, and that is Prada. This is the Prada nylon pouch. Technically, it is a pouch, a small good, and not a bag. However, I and many other people who have this use it as a bag, so that's why I'm including it in this video. I added this silver chain here. You can use that as a top handle or attach a crossbody strap. I have a whole video on this. I'll link it below in case you're interested. It does come with a wristlet strap that I don't have attached. The only reason I have this bag is because of Winnie B LV, who gifted it to me for Christmas. Thank you very much, Winnie B LV. I will link her channel below. Love this Prada bag. And that reminds me, I don't have any Saint Laurent bags to show you because I don't have any Saint Laurent bags. I do have two card holders, and I have a little cosmetic pouch, which is very pretty and could potentially be used as a clutch, but I've not yet acquired any YSL bags. Maybe in next year's video I'll have one. There's one I've had my eye on lately. The next bag I have to show you is from Gucci. This is quite a large bag. This is the Gucci Jackie Hobo bag, and it's in, I don't know if there are sizes of this bag, but it's like an extra large size bag. I mean, I'm large, and this bag is large on me. This is in ostrich leather. Retail price on this bag was in the $3,000 or $4,000 range. I got it for, I believe, $700 something on the pre-loved market. So you see what I mean? You can have really nice bags if you're willing to do the work to find them, put in the time for that. And it also helps if you happen to have a little money set aside when things like this come available. I have one other Gucci bag I would love to add more this year, and that is this bag. This bag was a dream of mine for quite a few years, and another example of patience bringing about things you want. Not always, but sometimes it happens. This is another bag that was, I think, in the $3,000 range, and I got it, I want to say, around $800 something. These on the pre-loved market right now tend to go for $1,300, $1,500, $1,700, somewhere in that range. I used a coupon code that I had to be able to get some discounts on it and get it cheaper than it was listed. And that was at the Real. This is the Gucci Dionysus Hobo bag. It's in leather and it has these beautiful dogs embroidered on it. That is all embroidery. It's a gorgeous bag. I do have a different strap on it in case you're wondering. It did come with the green and red strap, which is in my closet, but I like this strap better with it. It's from Erin Condren. I love this bag. Showstopper piece. Perhaps I should have said at the beginning of this video another thing before I got started, which was last year when I was talking about wish lists and I had already done my collection video. One of my goals for last year in terms of handbags was to add more unique bags to my collection and not just classics. That dog bag is one of those. The ostrich bag was also one of those. This next bag is one of those too. The Chanel Reissue clutch in turquoise. Metallic turquoise is that. Give this bag a spin. I debated some whether or not to get this because of the color. Turquoise is one of my colors. I was going to say it's my color, but so is green, so this is one of my colors, and metallics are my thing, but I wasn't sure how wearable this would be because I tend to have a more neutral wardrobe, and I'm learning in my handbag journey that has nothing to do with Hermes. Pops of color like this, I hate that term because it's so overused, but it is relevant here, can really elevate a neutral outfit, especially when it's Chanel. This is a clutch, but it also comes with this chain, which was wonderful. That really adds a lot of value for me because I don't like clutches. I like to be able to put something over my shoulder if I want to do so. Lord knows what the original retail price was on this bag. I know there's at least one other as I'm filming this video that's available online in excellent condition like this one is. That one comes with a box, dust bag, all the things, authenticity card. It's at Anne's Fabulous Finds. I'll link it below. I think it's priced at about $2,600. I got this for, I think it was $1,200 something, for a Chanel bag, and a Chanel reissue at that. One of their most classic and therefore expensive lines. I also have this Chanel bag. This is a Chanel Shop in Moscow tote. Fabulous tote. If you like Chanel and you would like a Chanel that's roomy and isn't a flat bag, but still has a lot of the features that we think of when we think of Chanel, the beautiful aged leather, the chains with the leather woven through them. This is a bag to look at if you like the design of it, and I do. And these are relatively inexpensive as Chanel goes. I think I paid a little more than $1,000 for this one. I don't know what the retail was. It's a very pretty bag and I like it a lot. It's super useful. Before I got that one, my very first Chanel bag was this one. Another Chanel Shop in Moscow tote, this time in the bronze color. You may be able to see the patterns on it a little bit better here. I have nothing different to say about this other than I paid even less. I think this was a little under $1,000, maybe $800 something. Are you seeing a theme here? Not paying retail, not paying exorbitant amounts, though plenty of people would say that that's still exorbitant, but compared to retail prices today, it's relatively inexpensive for Chanel, for any luxury brand, but especially for Chanel. Now let's move on to my Louis Vuitton collection, and I'll let you in on a little secret. I have a bit of a surprise for you at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Let's start with the classics, the Speedy and the Neverfull. I have 3 Speedy bags. No, I don't. I have 4 Speedy bags. The Speedy 25 in Damier Azur, the Speedy 30 in Damier Ebene, the Speedy 35 in Monogram. This one, I paid $300 something for. It's in rough shape, or at least the vachetta is, because I got it as a project bag that I planned to paint years ago. Still haven't done it. At this point, probably never will. The Speedy 30 in Ebene, I paid $700 something for from Fashion File, and I don't remember what I paid for the 25 in Azur. But I remember I looked for that one for a while. It was hard to find at that time. The Monogram ones are always easy to find on the pre-loved market, but the others can be difficult sometimes. And my 4th Speedy that I almost forgot about, my Mini Speedy HL. This is the original model of this. This is from sometime in the early 1980s. I have a little tassel on it from Dress Up Your Purse. It's so cute. And yes, it does fit my phone. I have 3 Neverfulls. One is the Neverfull MM. They're all MMs, spoiler alert. in Damier Azur. This little bag charm is from Leather Prints on Etsy. I will link them below. They have lots of wonderful leather charms, not just birds. The Neverfull MM in Damier Ebene. This was one of my first Louis Vuitton bags. I think it was my second bag. I'll show you my first one in a minute. Actually, I don't have the first one anymore, but I'll show you what I replaced it with in just a minute. This bag is a workhorse. I've used it probably more than any of my other Louis Vuitton bags. The Neverfulls are popular for a reason. And on it, I have one of my prized Louis Vuitton items, the Turquoise V bag charm in turquoise, which I just said. It does also come in pink. And I have the Neverfull MM in the black or noir epi leather. This bag is in fantastic shape and it's up for sale. The only reason I have it up for sale is because the base is pretty stiff and I prefer a squishy bag. It's gorgeous. I do have the pouch that comes with it. If you're interested, I'll put details below. It's a really nice bag. One of my favorite Louis Vuitton bags is the Noé bag. This is the GM size. I love this. This is a vintage piece. It's over 30 years old. There's the base of it. I got a good price on this, but it was a while ago and I don't remember what I paid, but then I ruined it. I have a whole video about this, how I cleaned it with a magic eraser. I didn't condition it first and it made the vachetta crack in many, many places. And I could have that repaired and I've thought about doing so, but if I did that, I would lose the date code on the bag and I don't think I want to lose the date code. For now, I'm keeping it like it is. Maybe someday I'll get one in better condition. I don't know. I'm happy with it as it is as of now. Oh, and for those of you who have never seen the videos that I've done on the Noé bags, I make some alterations, but they're all undoable. One is, I was gonna call this a zipper pull, but there's no zipper. So whatever this thing is called, the drawstring pull, the bag doesn't come with that. I got this off Etsy. This one has the monogram canvas on it, and that one is not sold anymore, but there are some that are just vachetta that you can get. So I'll find one and link it below. I also added these snap hooks here, which the bag does not come with, but it makes it so you can remove the strap easily instead of having to unbuckle this, especially with the aged leather. It can get dry and delicate and bending it to unbuckle it can put stress on it and make it crack. So having those snap hooks is a game changer. Also, just a tip for you on that bag, if you're ever looking for one that's vintage and the price is lower because it's missing the drawstring, those are so easy to replace. There are lots of places that sell them. I will link Dress Up Your Purse below because they have them. Their stuff is great quality. Another of my very favorite Louis Vuitton bags is the Delightful. This is in the PM size and this is the original model Delightful, and I added the tassel that's also from Dress Up Your Purse, and I added this strap which is from Dress Up Your Purse, and this is the game changer for this bag because for me, wearing this bag on your shoulder as it was intended, it slips right off, and it's also right up in your armpit and it's difficult to get into your bag and get things. So what I do is I just tuck that strap, it's not removable, just tuck the strap that came with the bag behind the bag like that. And I added this strap from Dress Up Your Purse, and you have to get certain straps because regular clips won't fit over these giant rings. And now I can wear it longer on my shoulder, or how I prefer, which is crossbody, and this is so comfortable and it looks nice. It looks really casual. I've gotten compliments even when I've taken this into Louis Vuitton from people who work there. Since I did the video showing how to do that many years ago, I've seen people in real life with crossbody straps attached to their Delightful bags. And you're welcome, world, because that all must have been from my video, right? Another one of the first Louis Vuitton bags that I got was the Eva clutch. I love this bag. Why do I never see people carrying the Eva or the Favorite anymore? You used to see them everywhere. They're still beautiful and relevant bags, so I'm just surprised that I don't see them anymore. But the Eva comes with a crossbody strap as well as this chain. It's a beautiful little bag. It is small, but it packs a punch. It holds a lot more than it looks like it would hold, and I love it. Now this was sort of my first Louis Vuitton bag. Those of you who know the story, you know the story. I purchased a Louis Vuitton Trevi in the GM size, and that bag had a few problems with the pleating that was messed up and I couldn't fix it. It was very heavy. It felt like carrying luggage, and Louis Vuitton is a luggage company, but if I'm carrying a handbag, I don't want to be carrying luggage, you know? So I sold that bag, and a while later, I thought, you know, that bag, I think it's one of the most beautiful bags Louis Vuitton has ever designed, and I wanted to give it another shot. So I went with the PM size. This is the one that works for me. It is beautiful. It has this shoulder strap as well as handles, and It's just so pretty. I think it's really feminine, much easier to carry than the GM size was. And I love the Florida monogram bag charm on it. Let me give you a little spin here of this bag because I haven't done that yet. There you go. You're welcome. Okay, now here's really my favorite Louis Vuitton bag that I have in my collection. This is the Louis Vuitton Trevi in the MM size. They also made a PM, a GM, and a Nano. I wish I could get my hands on the Nano, but that thing is impossible to find, and when it does come up, it's way too expensive. This bag is my favorite, partly because of sentimental reasons. Paul got it for me when we went on a trip to New York a few years ago. Everything else in my collection I have purchased myself, except a few small goods that were gifts, but all the bags are things I've purchased. So this one was actually purchased at retail. The only other Louis Vuitton bag I have that was purchased at retail was my Neverfull MM in the Damier Ben. All my other Louis Vuitton bags are pre-loved. I also love this bag because it is so user-friendly. It holds a lot. I describe it as the Speedy's classier big sister, more elegant. It also, when you wear it, it has a crossbody strap, which is how I wear it the most. It just conforms to your body and hugs you, and it's wonderful. There's nothing bad I could say about this bag. Gorgeous. I love it. I should carry it more. Next up, I have two leather Louis Vuitton bags. This is the Mahina in the XS size. It's a hobo bag, as you can tell. And I don't know the official name of the color, but it's a metallic, sort of gunmetal-ish color. The Mahina print is monogrammed, which is perforated into the leather. Very pretty. This is how it looks on the shoulder. I like it. I think it has a dated look to it for sure, and a lot of people don't like it because of that, but I do like it. And apparently, according to Cassie Thorpe, Y2K kind of style, which I think this is back in style. Look at me being stylish. There you go. That doesn't happen often. And if you like those Mahina bags, especially that style, pretty easy to find great deals on those on the pre-loved market. Here, though, is probably by far the best deal I have ever gotten on any bag. Pretty sure that's correct. The Louis Vuitton Locket in the PM size. This is in their bronze leather. Retail on this bag, again, $3,000–$4,000 range. I got it at Fashion File. I think someone forgot to put a 1 in front of this number. $450. Yes, you heard that right. $450. Cheaper than many small leather goods. Yeah, and the condition is perfect. Nothing wrong with it. It is gorgeous. I forgot to tell you prices on a couple things. The Trevi, I think $945. Retail was $3,500. The Eva clutch, I made a couple of mistakes with. I should have purchased that new. I ended up paying about $700 for it when retail at the time was about $900. So I did save a little money, but that bag was a learning experience because I bought the bag itself for, I think, about $500, but it was missing the crossbody strap. And then I realized I needed the crossbody strap with it, so I bought that, an authentic one, pre-loved, for another $200, because Vuitton prices for their straps, like any other luxury company, are just crazy expensive. So I ended up paying close to retail all in all, and the condition is not as good as I would like it to be for what I paid for it. So I've thought about selling that and upgrading it, but they're harder to find now and the prices are higher and it may just not be worth it. I may get the metal plate on the front replaced or have all the hardware replaced because it's rubbed off somewhere. It's silver. I think that's about all I forgot to tell you about as far as prices. Now I have one surprise for you, as you recall. Thank you for sticking around for it. Now maybe it's not really a surprise. It's something that if you have been around on my channel for the last several months, you probably know about this. And it's something that's been sitting on the shelf behind me, and some of you have been wondering why didn't she mention that. That's because I wanted to save the best for last. My favorite bag in my collection, the most agonizing bag to purchase because it's the most expensive one I've ever purchased, but worth it, and my biggest, most incredible purchase of 2021. And that is, say it with me, the Chanel Reissue 227 in bronze. My dream bag for a number of years. I'll give you a little spin on it. Purchased it pre-loved. It was $3,000 something. I've never paid anywhere near that for a bag before. Absolutely insane. Very difficult decision, even though I knew that that was a real bargain for this bag. And even though I'd been looking for one of these bags for years at a decent enough price like that, in the condition that this bag is in, which is basically perfect, it still took a few days of mulling and agonizing to actually decide to spend that much money on one bag. But I am so glad I did. No regrets at all. And that is my luxury brand handbag collection. That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.